What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Like the title of this video, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be wiring these fans that we're going to be putting in the C10. But let me show you what came in for that. This is going to be our workbench for the day, fellas, because I got a mess right now in the garage. But special delivery from PSI. Love these guys. So they have a nice fan relay setup, and that's what we opted out with this one. Now, mind you, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, right? There's a bunch of other relays out there for these trucks that are really integrated with a low speed and high speed for these fans that you could use as well. But this one is just going to basically be on off. That's about it. Just because we're kind of limited with the harness that we have on the truck, aka the blueprint wiring harness for the motor that talks to the fans. If I can open this thing up, fellas. I've already kind of opened this thing up and been kind of figuring out what our game plan is going to be. Now, again, I really like the PSI harness, man. It's really well made. I'll take that out here for you in a sec. But they do give you some connectors and stuff like that because they really don't know what fans you're going to be running. But that's nice of them. Those are really nice. I wish we could use those, but we had to opt out for basically the stock fan connector. And these are just like an Amazon special, nothing crazy. But I will say this. There's nothing wrong with the connector itself. I think it's more of the fans that I have because their fans are also aftermarket. They're not a set of the OEs. I mean, they replicate the OEs, but they're not quite. So there's a slight difference. And I went to plug this in, make sure it was going to fit and everything, and I cannot get that thing to click. So if you guys cannot get that thing to click for whatever reason and everything looks like it should work, it probably does. And so what I noticed is that the little grommet inside the weather pack connector, grommet in there that kind of seals everything off, it was almost like too thick, like the tolerance wasn't enough. And I think that has to do with the motor side itself on the fan shroud. So what I did, and again, I bought like 4 or 5 of these, all different connectors, and nothing would work. And I was banging my head up against the wall. So this is why I'm telling you guys. I ended up just shaving off a little bit. I cut a little bit of that grommet basically just to basically thin it up a little bit, because what I did is I took that out. I'll say, let me take that thing out. I took it out and put it in, and it clicked right in. So I knew that's what the issue was. It was a tolerance issue. Again, I think it's on the fan side, on the fan shroud, aka the motor. So all I did, again, I cut that little piece off just a little bit, took the grommet out, and just kind of basically took a little thin layer off of it, and that allowed that thing to click in. So if you guys run into that, be wary of that for sure. But this guy we'll talk about here in a little bit, but let me show you this bad boy here. I can prop that thing out for you now. PSI. All right, there we go. Okay, so PSI, again, this thing is well built, well made. I mean, you're gonna have some really nice wiring here. I'm really a fan of their quality of wiring, and they make it real simple. They obviously make this kit for the standard kind of ground trigger that you would get from your ECU, and that's pretty much all it is you got a blue and a green wire for fans 1 and 2, obviously. And if you guys ever wired one of their setups, their harnesses and everything else like that, that's all it is a 1 and 2 fan trigger from the ECU. So that's what actually triggers and allows the power to come out of the relay and into your fans. And then you'll have 2 wires, these guys here, 2 wires, 2 power wires, and you'll wire that up to obviously your pigtail to the positive side. And then you're just going to ground out the other side. And that's pretty much it from the PSI. It's very simple, easy, clean. Again, if you have your LS swap harness has dedicated output ground for your fans, that's all you have to do. But mind you, we got a little bit of a different issue here because this truck, aka this harness from Blueprint, it's basically built like the GM Performance harness, and it only has 1 fan output, and it's a power. So they're basically thinking you're going to run 1 fan. I don't know why. Technically, you can take that and wire it to the 2 fans, but you don't want to do that because that's too much current, and that relay in the harness is only made for 30 amps. I want to say 30 amps, and usually on average you average between 20 to 25 amps per fan. So you definitely don't want to do that. That's why you get this bad boy right here this is going to basically give you what you need. Now, what we're going to have to do, and if you happen to have a case like this, we're going to have to put another relay in place of that. Basically, this relay will end up talking to those relays, and from the relay from the actual harness, and I'll show you guys here in a sec what I mean. So you have the one power output that actually is coming out of the ECU / relay box from Blueprint, and it's just the power, right? And it's just basically, it provides 12 volts when it gets up to temperature, and it says turn your fans on. So normally in like just a standard 4-pin relay, that's kind of how they work. You have a power, a ground, a trigger being usually your ground, and then you have a constant power that's always coming in. And when the ground comes in, it tells that relay to kick over and close the circuit and provide power at the output of the relay. But in this case, we're going to wire it in reverse. So we're actually going to use a ground output, because this relay's ground output will talk to the PSI relay's grounds, which will, in terms of, kick on the power for the fans. But we could have done it a couple other ways as well. We could have just grounded these out from PSI and then had the power going directly to the power input of the PSI relays, and that'll work just the same. As a matter of fact, that'd be the equivalent, and we wouldn't have to run this. But the problem is we're running vintage air, and if you guys ever done vintage air, you want to have a trigger, aka a trinary switch, on the fans in loop with the vintage air, because when you turn on your AC and the truck's not up to temp or the vehicle's not up to temperature, technically your fans won't kick on. So that's what the trinary switch is for vintage air. If you guys need a video on that, I have already a video on the channel on that. I'll link it down in the description below on how to wire your trinary switch. But long story short, the trinary switch is a ground trigger. So we're going to have a ground trigger just like you would in the PSI. So that needs a ground trigger to activate the fans. So why we have to run this one in line again, so we're going to end up running this thing in reverse, and I'll tell you guys the pinout on this and how we're going to do it, just in case you guys need to do the same thing. Before I get too ahead, fellas, I want to show you how nice and stout these relays are. I mean, these things are nice, fellas, from PSI. If I can open this thing up here, check that out, man. That is freaking good right there. Those are 30 amp relays, I believe, and actually 35 amps. So that's going to be perfect, one for each fan, along with some inline fuses, but that's pretty freaking nice. Okay, I brought you guys over to the board. I figured this would be a little bit easier, a better visual, I should say. So we're going to start here. This is the relay that comes in our fuse box from the LS Swap harness. That's providing 12 volts as an output to trigger on the fan normally, but it's only 130 amps, so that's not going to cut it. So that guy is going to be 12 volts talking to pin 85 on that additional relay we're going to be running. That's going to talk to 85, and then you're going to have pins 30 and 86. You're going to ground those out, find a good chassis ground, and then the output would actually be 87. 87 is going to be our output, and that'll provide a ground output. So when that guy closes and it's up to temperature through the ECU, the entire circuit is complete other than that 12 volts. So once those 12 volts come in, the relay triggers pin 87. Pin 87 is going to talk to the green and blue from the PSI harness, but I didn't draw it in here, but we'll have one additional wire coming into one of these, maybe the blue here, and that's coming from our trinary switch, aka vintage air. So that's going to talk to the green and blue, right? And that'll send the ground triggers it needs, but you're also going to have the 12 volts coming in for that relay as well. So you're going to need additional 12 volts at the actual PSI relay. And then you have your outputs from the PSI relay box, and those are positive outputs. You're going to wire that up to your connectors, and then you're just going to ground out the fans on the other end of that connector. And that's pretty much it, fellas. Hopefully that simplifies things a little bit so you can kind of see the visualization a little bit more. But let me show you where we're going to be mounting this stuff. All right, fellas, don't mind the mess here, a little bit crazy here, but we're actually gonna mount the fuse box here right to the fan shroud. It has kind of these holes here with like a nut insert from the factory where you normally would run your trans lines at. We're gonna repurpose that there. I kind of like that there. It's a straight shot to the fan so we can wire the output there. And then we're gonna have this guy here. We're gonna mount this guy kind of right here, just in this area right here. So that way it's easy to get to, serviceable and all that. And then we have our power that's coming in from the swap harness there for that relay. And then we have our TRINARY switch ground there. And then over here, we kind of have an additional 12 volts for the PSI relay. So I went ahead and removed the coolant reservoir just because it was in the way. Felt it was a little easier to get that thing out of the way. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys kind of in raw form here before we started dressing up the harness and everything else like that, so you can kind of see and have a better idea of what's going on. Obviously, we have our relay here. Everything's wired there. We got the power from the third relay, aka the swap harness relay. We got our grounds coming from PSI along with the ground from the TRINARY switch. And we got down here, you can see we got those connectors also wired up already as well. And then down at the bottom there, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, we see the black wires. Those are the two black wires that are coming from the fans. And those are going to be tied into a chassis ground to the frame itself. Oh, sorry guys, lost you there. So the frame itself, we have a nice grounding strap coming from the motor to the chassis, and we're actually going to ground it right there as well, because that's going to be our best grounding point. And everything is already scuffed up and the powder coat's off that area. So if you guys are going to be grounding to anything that's powder coated, make sure you guys always kind of scuff that area up, get to that basically raw metal. And then we also have a ground on the motor from the actual battery. So that's why that ground strap is a very good ground strap, along with a ground strap down there to the body from the chassis. Again, grounds everywhere for sure. Can't have too many grounds. We do have one wire just kind of sitting here, fellas, because I made an executive decision and not to hook this guy up yet. This is the main power wire from the PSI harness. It's going to get tied into the actual harness coming from the truck up front, but I can't really run that thing until I finish hooking up the harness. I had it up here earlier, but I kind of took it away because I realized that I'm going to have to remove it and kind of figure out how to get it through the inside of the fender over there. But we have to have the inner fender and all that. It's a process for sure. So we're going to leave that off for now. But I can go ahead and kind of lay some of this stuff up and dress it all up, and we should be good to go. I will say this, if we didn't have to worry about the TRINARY switch activation, aka vintage air, we really don't need this guy here right here. We could just got away with just using the PSI one and it would have been fine. But again, we're running vintage air, so that's kind of what we have to have that third relay in line. It is the next day, fellas. Kind of ran out of daylight last night, but check it out. Everything is nice and laced in, dressed up. Everything is ready to go, other than the exception of the one wire up there, but not a big deal. But I wanted to give you guys one last look with this thing all dressed up. Everything's ready to go. Fans should be good to go there once we kind of finalize the rest of this setup. But yeah, oh yeah, we got to put that guy back. It is hot, fellas. I think that's going to do it for this video, but make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. You guys already know. Stay wrenching.